Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you can hear me. And if anyone has issues with the connectivity, you could leave a message on the chat box. KVC Academy is very happy to have you all on board today with us. It's going to be an eventful session for us today. So far, we've been hearing of Throwback Thursdays. This is for all the social media geeks out there. You've heard of Throwback Thursday. So we've thought of something more cooler, which is Thursday Thoughts. So what we have for you from this Thursday onwards is a series of Thursdays filled with eminent personalities coming over here and giving you some insight, sharing their ideas. And it also is a platform for all of you where you can share your questions and have them solved by personalities as chartered accountants and all of them who have been familiar with the field of CA. So KVC Academy is really happy to host this. And we thought like, let's take this lockdown a little more seriously, and let's not let this lockdown affect our minds and get our minds locked. So we'll open up a little bit here today, have a good discussion. And this is the first Thursday which we're beginning with our founder, CA Kiran Vasant, who is on board with me. Hi, sir. Good evening. Kiran sir is someone who has helped me to finish my course, and actually not only finish it, start it as well, because I was very, very unmotivated at the beginning. So he's the one who has lifted me and got me here. He has over 30 years of teaching experience, which is not even my age. So you can understand how much knowledge is filled in that mind. I'm sure all of you are going to gain a lot of benefit out of this session. And we hope that you are enjoying this. And I also request all of you to mute yourselves, the audio as well as video. And when you have certain questions, you can place it on the chat box. And we will be happy to answer all the questions. In case anything is unanswered, we will make sure that it is attended later. So I'm going to leave here right now and hand over the session to sir. Sir, please guide us.
Thank you. Thank you, Deepika.
Anytime, sir.
Good evening, my friends. If there's one thing I can't live without other than food and water and my family is you, my students. And in this strange circumstances of COVID and the lockdown, I keep thinking as to how can I be more useful, how can I be more resourceful to my students, and we came up with this idea. And I thought one of the biggest challenges that my students have is approaching the CA course itself. So I thought, let me start on talking with that. And as and when we proceed in life, you want more, anything more, just let me know. I'm going to start with a small presentation here. And mind you, I am a little not so text savvy, so I make some stupid mistakes here and there, kindly pardon. If you have any doubts, please do put them in the chat box. I have to mute you all, otherwise we'll get a lot of funny sounds coming in. So therefore, let's go on and take on. I'm going to start by sharing a PPT with you. Here's how it goes. Don't worry too much about the title, rules, battles, and win wars, because once you finish, you will realize battles you have fought, but ultimately you have won the war. You might have lost in between a few things here and there. Mind you, you may lose a few friends, you may lose a few passions, you may lose a few circumstances of life where you wanted to be there. Then you want to gain something more important. And that's why this title, Lose Battles and Win Wars. It's just to help you develop strategies to find success ahead. What I'm going to cover today is to tell you how the course is different, talk about you and your goal, also about, just given me a message. No. Okay. About you and your goal, the common mistakes of a CA student is what I'm going to talk about, and then how to develop the right attitude and look at your questions that you've already given me in that registration form, which I'm thankful for. I got a lovely response. let's talk about how is this course different from the other courses. Like when I compare it to your BCom or PUC, how is this here? I have shared this before with my foundation students. I'm going to talk about it again. Please understand that all our lives, our school lives, from the first standard till the 10th standard, we have been so used to, so forced to things from memory, things by heart. Actually, they don't even touch our heart. We don't even write them, but we have to memorize them. And we call it by heart. I wonder why. So PUC and BCom has always been a memory-based concept of learning. Whereas for the first time in your life, you'll be approaching something known as a concept phase. Concept phase is you have to attack the concepts. The questions would be more based on are you able to understand the concept better. That comes to the next difference. Where in PUC and BCom, our objective is to acquire knowledge. In CA courses, we don't just acquire knowledge, we also learn to apply this knowledge to real life situations. In a In a CA course, become a PUC course, we study. But in a CA course, we learn. There's a difference between learning and studying. In a CA course, you don't just prepare for exams, which is the objective in your PUC or BCom. For us, exam is the most important thing. If you do well in exams, that's it. Okay. But here, we are preparing for life. Okay. For a BCom and PUC, average understanding is enough, but here you have to learn. You have to gain expert knowledge. You don't have to be an expert. You learn to become an expert. Okay. So let's talk about you. You have made this choice. You have made this as your goal. You want to become a chartered accountant, or you want to become a company secretary, or you want to become a cost and management accountant, or you want to be all three. But it is your choice. Like from the first standard till your 10th, maybe your parents held your hands and brought you to the KG, brought you to the first standard, brought you to the fifth standard, and then also help you decide what you wanted for, plus 10, after 10, the plus 1 and plus 2 courses. Now you are in charge. It's your life. Please understand that. Your parents are guides, your mentors are your guides, but you have made this choice. You have made this decision. This is your goal. And you must understand that I am doing this for me. I am not pleasing somebody else. That is utmost very, very important that you do all this for yourself. So the point now is, how do you get there? If the question is, sir, how to pass CA? That is a path. That is a strategy. And one of the most important things in strategies is first understand where are you? Where exactly are you? When I mean to say where exactly are you, what do you have right now? Who are you? What are you good at? What are your plus points? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What opportunities do you have? What are your threats? And then what does that position require? You want to be a chartered accountant, so what does that position require? Find out that, visualize that. So you want to go from point A to point B. You need to understand both the points. You need to be fully aware of point A and visualize that point B also. Visualize what is going to happen when you pass. Close your eyes, give it a thought. What happens when those two alphabets become added to your name and you're called CA so and so? Can you think the reaction of your parents? Can you think about the reaction of your close friends and relatives? How proud they are going to be of you? How happy they are going to be of you? Then think about yourself. Won't you be proud? Won't you be happy? So visualization is very important, along with the awareness of where I am. How do I get there? That strategy has to be very clear in your mind. Having said this, let's talk, what is it that I need to become a chartered accountant? What is it that I have to learn? What is it that I have to acquire to become a chartered accountant? And I'm going to do this from the reverse. That is, I'm going to tell you what first a CA is, what you require to be a chartered accountant, and then I'll tell you what common mistakes students do. And from that, you will get an idea how to develop a strategy. So what is it that you need to be a CA? First and foremost, you should have average intelligence. You don't have to be a rank holder. You don't have to be a 90 plus scorer, a 90% plus scorer in second PUC. If you are, well and good, but you don't really have to do that. All you need is average intelligence and the understanding to use that intelligence. Most importantly, you must have that willingness to learn, that passion, that desire to learn. You should have self-control that can pull you away from distractions, because this is the most beautiful time of your life. From the age of 17 to the age of 25 is the epitome of your lifetime. You're going to learn so much, you're going to experience so much, you're going to have so much of fun. That is the time where you choose to keep yourself away from distractions. A little confidence really helps here. Regardless of what people think about you, what people say about you, you don't give a damn. Heart of hearts, you must have this faith that one day I am going to be there, my point B, I'm going to make it, I'm going to be there. That confidence should be there. And the desire should be so strong that it should have a strong fire in your belly that I want to become a chartered accountant. I really want to become. If that is there, these 5 things are there, you will definitely become a chartered. Nobody can stop. But then why don't many succeed? We have seen there are quite a few people who don't succeed, don't become chartered accountants, unfortunately, even though they may have the capacity. I could give you umpteen examples where students who are very good in their PUCs got ranks but could not succeed or do well in their CA exam. So what is the reason? What is the reason? Let me talk about a few reasons here. Mistake number 1, there is no definite goal. They tend to get into this carriage. I often quote that there are 2 ways of looking at life. Either you get into an escalator or you get into an elevator. What is this escalator and what is this elevator mode? The escalator mode is when you get into that carriage, electrical carriage, you just stand there and it will take you where it wants to take you. It will take you where it wants to take you. And you just move on. You know that you're moving ahead, fine. But an elevator is where you stand in the queue, wait for some time, and then press the button to the floor you want to go to. That is important. If your target is clear, then it is easier for you to get there. You are not just packing your bags like Deepika used to say. When you go on a train, what do you need? You need a ticket. To buy a ticket, you need a destination, no? You just can't get into a train and say, I'll go anywhere. So you need to know your goal should be clear in your mind. And when I talk about goals, I'm not just saying my goal is to become a chartered accountant. No. That is the ambition. So to reach there, what is it that I have to do today? That is more important. Your actions today, which coordinate with your ambitions over the next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, is the right way of looking at it. So once your target is clear, then you'll be able to plan and organize. The second mistake. We always tend to wake up at the 11th hour. We don't seem to understand that this course requires quite a long preparation. If you get up at the 11th hour, you may have to put in 11 to 12 hours a day. But if you have studied from the beginning, you don't want to go on this train. Because when you wake up at the 11th hour, what happens? Your pressure builds up. The stress piles up. your adrenaline rises. What happens? The result is commotion, definitely motion. So therefore, you should avoid all this. Understand that I cannot plunge into it on the 11th hour. Well, if you do, there is a possibility you can get up at 11th hour. Possibility of passing also is there. I'm not denying that. But if you want a sure path of success, you need to be awake from 1 or even earlier 12 o'clock and start working towards that 11th hour. The 11th hour, you are cool, you are manageable. That is what is required. So, common mistake number 2 is waking up at the 11th hour. Mistake number 3 is the method of study. I am not saying that hard work is bad. All of you must work hard. Very hard study. But what is better is smart study. You need to observe yourself. How am I studying? Is this method the best for me? Most of us seem to naturally, and not fault of yours, seem to copy what my friends are doing. I do the same thing what my friend is doing. It worked for my friend, it might work for me. Not necessarily. You need to take a step back and assess your skills. We are all different kinds of learners. Some of us like to read and understand. Some of us would like to write and understand. Some of us like to listen and understand. So we are all different kinds of learners. So first understand what kind of a learner are you. You have to work on your strengths. And you have to develop your weaknesses too. So method of studying could be wrong. The approach could be wrong. Like in a CA course, unlike your school course where this is the question, this is the answer, this is the question, this is the answer. This does not happen in a CA course. Okay? You sometimes have to make sure, did you understand the question? That is more important. So your approach to the course itself needs to change. The method of studying needs to change. You go on a holistic picture. You don't say, oh, this topic is important, I will study this I can drop. That you can do in your BCom. Here you have to understand that questions come on a mixed basis from various topics. So therefore the method of studying is something that you really need to look at. Okay. Now I can't give one simple formula to everybody because everybody is different. My 30 years of experience of teaching tells me that all the fingers in my hand are not the same. All my students are not the same. Different students need different approach. So therefore you are different individually. You need a different approach. You will have to really analyze yourself. If you have a problem in that, you could come and approach me on an individual basis. I will definitely be happy to give suggestions if I can get an opportunity to learn more about it. Another major mistake is that students tend to have an over reliability on coaching. They think that, okay, if I join a coaching institute, I'm going to pass. Well, at KVC, we try our best to make you pass, but please understand, what do we do in a coaching institute? We mentor, we train, we show you the path, but walk the path is your job. You need to work hard along with that. You just can't rely, okay, I went to class and I did it. You have to study by yourself also. What we can do is 60 to 70% prepare you. But the other 30% has to, minimum 30% has to be your contribution. And without that, it's going to be empty. So unless you try, you cannot make it. You have to understand this. No coaching institute in the world can 100% say, I'll make you a chartered. So therefore, don't rely too much on coaching also. Mistake number 5. The routine is wrong. If you want to really pass, get that routine straight. Get that plan straight. Every day, I do this at this time. Every day, I will be studying at this time. Your mind, body, heart, and soul should adjust to a common pattern. Then the study becomes most effective. Think about you. Yesterday you got up at 7 o'clock. Yesterday you got up at 10 o'clock. Before that you got up at 5 o'clock. When did you study? Well, maybe sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening, sometimes in the morning. Do you have a routine? You go to this playground, that athlete will come in the morning every day at 7 o'clock and run for 2 hours. Then you go to the gym for 10 hours, at 10 o'clock, work out for 1 hour. The pattern is straight, clear path. What are they doing? They are training themselves. Same way you also need to train yourself with a proper routine, a proper plan. A plan that is followed on a regular basis, day after day, same thing, same routine. I get up at this time, I eat at this time, I study at this time. That's so important. If that routine gets into your system, passing CA is just nothing. You can do it, just a formality. All you need is to get into that pattern. Train your body to get into that pattern. Okay? I'll move on to the next kind of mistake that, in my opinion, which students make is not giving enough of practice. They all study very hard throughout. Let's say they prepare for 4 months or 3 months properly before the exam. I mean, full time. They have taken their coaching, but 3 months before the exam is like shut down for them, lockdown before the exam. 3 hours they study. But in the examination hall, it doesn't click. You might have prepared for 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, 1 month, but those 3 hours matter. Sachin Tendulkar goes to the nets daily. He plays daily in the nets. He practices daily. Why? Because that match ahead, whether it's a test match or a one day, he has to click. You know, there was this famous tennis star, Ivan Lendl. He was from Czechoslovakia, a very famous clay court champion. He won the French Open so many times, but he never won a Wimbledon. It's different. One reporter questioned him, what do you do? It seems you practice for 15 to 16 hours a day, tennis. When you're not playing tennis, what do you do? The reply was fantastic. He said, when I'm not playing tennis, I play tennis. So it's a deep answer. It's got into his blood that he wants to become the world best player. Therefore, what I'm trying to tell you here is you have to practice. You can't simply say, I will give my trial in the examination hall. The trial in the examination hall will be disastrous. You have to answer at least 3 mock tests. And every chapter you give yourself tests now. You can give yourself tests. Do I understand this topic better? So practice means giving yourself test regularly. Mistake number 7. Once we read a chapter, we leave it. We'll say we'll come back to it later, and sometimes it's too late when you come back. A review of the information available has to be done regularly, because in our course there are so many changes that happen. So keep abreast, keep yourself update on all the changes, because what you write in the examination hall may be outdated. So therefore it is very important for you to keep receiving the information, reviewing the information, update your notes about it, have a look at your notes. So whenever you get some information, keep looking at the institute website. Whatever changes the Board of Studies makes, make sure that you also have it in your grip. So keep reviewing whatever information is available. This is one of the most dangerous mistakes of students. If the exam is in November, you should see the calls I get in October. Sir, I will give in May, sir. November, don't answer. I am not able to finish the portion. I don't know whether they'll pass or not. Some people don't even call. They freak out. They don't even write the exam. That is something crazy. I mean, how can an exam freak you out? It shouldn't freak you out. Who is stronger? Is the exam stronger or are you stronger? You have to make your mind stronger. You have to say, nothing can freak me out. Even if I'm not prepared, it's okay. I will give my best shot. I will take the next attempt as a, practice attempt. But I'm not going to give up so easily. I'm not going to get away from this. 6 months in my life is very important. So don't, for heaven's sake, freak out. Get in charge of yourself. You know who you are. You're a champ. You're a winner. You're not a loser. And therefore, don't freak out. Don't ever freak out. Keep in control of what you have studied. Keep in control of your nerves. Keep in control of your brains. It's going to be okay. You're going to manage. Okay? Next. The next mistake that students often make is falling prey to distractions. This is one of the most serious mistakes. All of us have common mistakes. We are addicted to WhatsApp. When you are walking to the kitchen also, you look at the phone. When you go to the toilet also, you carry your phone. I mean, can't you live without your phone? Facebook, Instagram. I also am. I am a WhatsApp account holder. I am an Insta handle holder. I am also in Facebook, but I can, man. I've passed my CA 30 years ago, right? So I can do it. There's a time for everything. I'm not saying stop everything. I'm not saying no. No, don't do that. Don't become a hermit. Learn to control it. You know, the time that is required for you to be spending on social media shouldn't be more than 30 minutes in a day. But I'm afraid you count properly, you will be spending at least 6 hours of the 24 hours only on social media, minimum to minimum. Most of my students. Think about it. What a royal waste of time. Horrible waste of time. And what are you doing to yourself? You are allowing your mind to get prejudiced. You are getting your mind biased, because what kind of information comes on WhatsApp? What kind of information comes on Instagram? All that, boils you up unnecessarily. Crazy information that goes like wildfire. It's worse than gossip. So therefore, please learn not to fall prey to these kind of distractions. Half an hour a day, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes in the night. Done. More than enough. So promise me, you will not spend more than 10 minutes on WhatsApp, Insta, Facebook, total. Some students chat with me for more than 10 minutes, but that what you do generally. We don't chat about anything. We chat about you. We chat about your preparation. We chat about your studies. That's okay. But I'm saying, don't get distracted. Learn to remain focused. Don't look for ways to remain focused, because the way is here. Only you can help yourself and nobody else. So therefore, learn to keep your distractions at bay. Very important. Okay. The last of, I chose 10 mistakes only. One of the serious mistakes my students make is taking the body for granted. You don't sleep enough. Some people study so much that they give up sleep. You don't eat the right kind of food, junk food all the time. You drink whatever you get. Water also you don't drink properly. You drink more of Coke and things like that. Please have a routine. I am going to sleep for so many hours a day. At least 7 hours a day. I have to sleep. Okay, 6 hours at least. Sleep for 6 hours. Eat healthy food. Eat light. Don't eat too much. It doesn't help you to study afterwards. and drink water as much as you can. In your study table, keep that water bottle. You know, water plays so many tricks. When you don't want to study, when you start studying and within 10 minutes you feel like getting up, you feel distracted, just take a sip of water and see how your body comes back to that focus. That drinking of water was a catalyst to help you focus more. And it does, because the water can bring equilibrium. The thought that you had water and you take a little water, you don't gulp it down, you sip it little by little. Like, they say you should eat water and drink food. Think about it. Water plays a very important role. Okay, so take care of your body. Very important, because your body is not fit, you're not going to learn properly. If you want to learn properly, your body has to be fit as ever. So these were the 10 mistakes that I wanted to discuss with you, which I'm sure most of you would fit in these 10 mistakes. At least 5 of them you are doing. Kindly try to get a hold of that mistake, minimize its damage to you, and make sure that you keep yourself in that path of achieving your goals. Now, when I asked the various students what are the challenges that they face, I got these common answers, and I'm going to discuss each one of them one by one. One, most of my students have mentioned directly or indirectly that I am not able to concentrate. And if I ask on a show of hands, how many are there? Raise your hands who feel that they are not able to concentrate. 9 out of 10 will raise them, including me. I was not able to concentrate. Very difficult to concentrate. Oh, think about it. Why does this happen? Why are you not able to concentrate? It is our mind that plays these games. Our mind has the power. Our mind will come, slowly tell, this is so much to study, man. Why are you studying? So much is there anyway. Why simply you're studying? Then slowly you get carried away. It is that insecurity in us. There are two things in us. What is fear? Fear is the absence of courage. When there is no courage, there is fear. When there is fear, there is courage. You understand? What you fill your mind with will happen. The ability to concentrate is in your hands. If you tell yourself, I will be able to concentrate, good. There are a few things that you should bear in mind. When I used to study, I used to have this problem. But then I realized it was because I was thinking that the chapter is so big that I'm studying. When will I finish this chapter? And how much ever I study, I'm not able to understand. So that negative feeling comes in. Then I said, forget the entire chapter. I will look at the paragraph I'm reading now. I will first finish this paragraph and then decide later whether I want to stop studying or not. So I read the first paragraph. Oh, not bad. The first paragraph is good. So I'm in for it. Let's try one more paragraph. So I go by paragraph, which goes from page to page, which leads from chapter to chapter. And then slowly, don't push yourself too hard. You will be able to get this power to concentrate. Look for line by line, another few lines, another few lines, another few paragraphs, another few pages. Let me finish this today. Today's target. I want to finish this. Let me finish this. You tell yourself every day, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Tell yourself. You talk to yourself. Let's do it together. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay? And you'll manage. A few things like meditation. Meditation has got nothing to do with religion. Meditation is simply closing your eyes and focus on your breathing for 10 minutes. This is a very important tip. You have to close your eyes sit straight, keep your back straight, and breathe in to 4 counts. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Breathe in, hold your breath to 6 counts. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold it for 6 counts, and release it slowly for about 8, if possible 10 counts. So in a minute, you are going to breathe about 3 to 4 times or 5 times. If you can do this, you will see the magic. You will see how you will be able to study further. Because the oxygen that goes in will help the fresh blood flow better, especially to the brain. Because your back is straight, eyes are closed, head is held high, upwards. Just close, relax, pose, and you breathe. This is meditation. You can do this 4, 6, 10, or 4, 6, 8 at least. Try to say I'm going to breathe only 6 times in a minute or 10 times in a minute maximum. You'll manage. You'll be able to control your nerves. You'll be able to control your feelings, your emotions, and that is what is required. The second challenge that my students perceive is low confidence. When you have identified that I am not feeling so confident, that is the first step of going towards confidence. Because then you should ask yourself, why am I not confident? I am not confident because, why? Because I am comparing myself to somebody else. Somebody else is doing better. I am not doing so much better. So stop comparing yourself to anybody. I am not confident because my uncle that told me that CA is very tough. Stop listening to such negative topics. Focus on yourself. Tell yourself, speak to yourself every day. Pump yourself, motivate yourself. You can do it, man. Don't look back. Go on. Confidence that you can give yourself is the best confidence. Don't wait for some pep talk, for some external source of motivation. Learn to push yourself. Learn to motivate yourself. That is going to happen. That will take you to your confidence levels. You have nothing to lose in writing an exam. It's a CA exam. You fail, now mind. What's the big deal? I'm going to fail. So what? If you can talk to yourself like that, provided I give my best shot, that is important. Okay? Stress. Many students have mentioned the word stress. Now, what exactly is stress? Stress is when things don't happen as they should happen. When things don't happen as they should have happened according to you, you start getting insecurity. You feel insecure. So you have to understand that things will not happen as I want them to happen. This is life. Change is bound to happen. So what you should be focusing on, how adaptable am I to this change? How do I quickly adjust to a new situation, to a new circumstance? As quickly as possible, then I succeed. Instead of complaining, why is everything changing? Why is this not happening? Stop. Stop blaming, stop giving excuses. You say, okay, situation has changed, I also am going to change. Because the one who changes quicker is more adaptable to the change, is going towards success very quickly. Distractions, I've already told in my session of distraction, and you also have mentioned that distraction is a big challenge. Then yes, you have identified that as a weakness, work on it. Only you can work on it, because the only way to go about it is by telling yourself, you are the all-powerful. You can manage. Only you can control yourself. Nobody can control you. Remember that. Only we can control ourselves. And that is also for self-motivation. If your motivation is down, very often you feel, why am I doing this? Why I have to study so much? Everybody else is roaming around in cars or bikes and enjoying life, going for movies, dating, whatever. But then This is a choice you made, right? And you believe that this choice was the best choice for you, right? Why do you hesitate now? And like I said earlier, you don't look for external sources of motivation. The person who can motivate you the best is the mirror. Go and look in the mirror. That person can criticize you properly, can motivate you properly. So self-motivation, learn that. A lot of people have said time management. I can't manage my time. I sometimes wonder what exactly is time management. Because a minute has got 60 seconds. An hour has got 60 minutes. One day has got 24 hours. That has never changed since I was born. Then what are we talking about time management? It is not time management, it is self-management. Am I adjusting myself to that limited time that I have, to the predefined time that I have? If you build up a common routine, every day I will get up at this time, every day I will eat at this time, every day I will study at this time, every day I will do my pastime, my hobbies at this time, time management will become automatic. Well, look at, for example, I have a student in the office called Namrata. She used to travel more than 1.5 hours from her home to our coaching center. One time, then return the same way. 3 hours of traveling on a government bus, not at all comfortable. And yet, she faced all these challenges to score a rank in the intermediate. That is so inspiring. So don't tell me I have no time. You need to understand your schedule. You need to identify your priorities. What is more important for me? That is the way you develop. And everybody has a different schedule, no doubt. There are people traveling from different places, etc. But in this time management, I shall also suggest, see, you can't read when you're traveling. Sitting in a government bus, you're like this. How can you study like that? And you shake so much. And it gives you a headache. But you have listened to music, no? On a bus or a train. So you record your notes on your mobile and play it. Listening is good while traveling. Even standing also you can listen, no? And mind you, it will have magic effects. So you need to innovate. You need to find out, how do I do it differently? How do I do it better? Every day you must think, what I am doing today, I shall do it better tomorrow. That is the key to success, not just in examinations. What I am doing today, tomorrow I shall do better. Keep thinking, you will get ideas for yourself. One common thing that students tell is that ability to remember. I am not able to remember anything. Frankly, honestly, I had the same problem like you when I was a student. And I am no genius, I am an average student. Till date also I have the problem of remembering things. But there are a few things I want to tell you in this respect. Our mind, our brain is a fantastic supercomputer. But this computer needs a keyboard, and the keyboard is you. So what you type in, that brain, poor thing, will take. The GIGO concept, garbage in, garbage out, GIGO. If you give in garbage, garbage only will come out. So depends on how you take it. For memory, you have to be again innovative, creative. In fact, one of the next sessions in our Thursday Thoughts will be how to remember better. Okay, we will promise you within the next 3rd or 4th week, I'll get an expert to tell you how to use your memory. But for an example, if you remember, I have an example in my class for that balance sheet of companies, right? Financial statement of companies, and you make a balance sheet, schedule 3. How I used to make that mnemonic structure for it. I used to say, like, the first one is there are 4 items on the liability side and 2 items on the assets side. Then for the 4 items, we broke it down. SSNC, S became SRM. The next S is just like that. Then comes non-current liability, and then comes current liability. In the non-current liability, we had a broken doll, LDOL. We kept the doll in mind. Okay, the doll has 2 arms and 2 legs. First L is for long-term borrowings. Then it is deferred tax liability, next hand. Third leg was long-term loans and advances. LDO, other non-current liabilities. And then we had long-term provisions. So we used to make mnemonics like that and then remember. So you have to develop these kind of mnemonics. You have to learn to develop how to make a mind map. Mind mapping is another trick that we learn in study. We'll come to that in future sessions. The syllabus is large. Of course, the syllabus is large. But as I said earlier, you look only at the page in which you are reading. You start with the line I am reading. You start, next follow the paragraph I am reading. Then the page, one by one. When the entire food plate is given to you, you don't eat the full food at once, no? There is a way of eating it, no? Little by little, little by little. You take it, it will happen, you don't worry. Okay? How to study theory. Don't label it as theory, first of all. The problem is you label it as theory. There is, in my knowledge, as per my information, there is no such thing as theory and practice. Theory needs practical support needs theory. Both are complementary to one another. So don't build a bias that this is theory I don't like, this is practical I like. No. And the key here in examination is, please don't tell the examiner what you know. Don't tell the examiner what you know. You tell the examiner what the examiner wants to know. That is important. As far as time management in the examination hall also, we will have some sessions in the future on this. Now I'm going to open up for some specific questions. I had quite a few questions. And of course, time is running out. So we'll handle those questions. If you have any questions now, you should tell me. Anybody, you can chat on that question to me. Because I'll show you the kind of questions I got. Just give me a minute. Okay, I'm going to share another Excel sheet with you, which contains a few questions, and I'll quickly answer them. What are the biggest challenges is over. I have to come to, do you have any specific question? Here is a question. Oh, I shouldn't read the name. I'm so sorry. The name shouldn't be visible here. So let's put it on this side. Do you have a specific question to ask? Kindly don't play with this screen now. What is the maximum amount of revision a student must go through after studying? Obviously, it's a foundation student of mine who's asking this question. My friend, don't look at that. Don't have predetermined targets. You study as much as you can. That's enough. And what is the minimum hour a student needs to study on a daily basis? When I am not doing anything more important, I am studying. There is no common formula. I'll repeat my line. When I'm not doing anything more important, I study. How to be more focused? By motivating yourself, by looking at, in your eyes closed, that vision that after 4 years, I am going to be, a chartered accountant will help you focus. Will referring online sites for a variety sums along with material be sufficient? More than sufficient. First, finish your own study materials of the institute. That is the first target. Then you look at other places. Now, how many hours an aspirant must study? I've already told you, when I'm not doing something more important, I'm studying. So don't have this minimum hours or maximum hours. I keep studying as much as I can. How to cover up all the portion before the exam and revise them? Oh my God. How can I tell you this? You just keep studying, ma. Okay? Don't worry. You just keep studying. Fine. You will learn. You will learn. And mind you, I'll tell you my example. In any subject, I have not been able to complete 100%. I've always taken about 90% or 85%. And with that confidence, I used to go to the exam. That is enough for me to study. So don't think of all that now. Because you do all that, you keep pressurizing yourself, how to cover up, how to cover up. You don't look at the whole thing. You look page, line by line first, page by page, paragraph by paragraph, page by page, approach it. That's all. Then any other questions? If I start now to study to make, can I make a comeback in it? Hey, obviously, man. If you have told yourself, I want to make a comeback, that's a great start. The best start is now. So don't worry, you can. Okay. How do you motivate yourself? Look into the mirror more positively. Tell yourself, boss, I can do this. Next question. How to convince mind to pull oneself together and focus on the course? I think I've answered this question. Just close your eyes and think of 5 years down the line. How to battle the fear of failure? First, tell yourself, failing is not a sin. There are many who have failed in this world. So don't look at it as a great depression or something which is a bad thing and all that. We learn from our failures. We can make magic from our failures if you learn from it. It will make you more complete. In Australia, there is a contingent of the army. And here they look only for people who have failed. They don't look at people who have succeeded in exams because they know that people who have failed will learn how to get up. So please look at failure positively. Don't get afraid of it. Your suggestion to prepare and get aggregate in these 70 days, believe that you can and study. Because if you keep that in your mind all the time, will I get the aggregate, will I get the aggregate? Please don't reach for the aggregate, reach for more. When you study, you tell yourself, I am going to do my best. My target is 60%, 65%, then 50% becomes so easy. So never have a target of only aggregate, please. Reach higher. A study routine depends on each case, my friend. Everybody is different. So you need to have a different routine for yourself. It's a more individual opinion. Okay, but just remember, when I'm not doing anything more important, I am studying. With so much going on in the world, you tend to get distracted easily. The atmosphere has completely changed. I am not able to focus even when I'm with the books. How do I get back the flow? Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. You have identified the issue. You have to talk to yourself. Boss, I am getting out of track. I have to pull myself into the track. Pull back into the track. I joined the courses 2 weeks after start. Okay, I cover the earlier topics. It will be done for you. Don't worry. If I'm writing CA Foundation in May 2021, can I register in June 20? No. To register for the institute, you should have appeared for your second PUC examination. You should have finished. Should have got the result. Of course, now they have given you provisional result. But the material is available online. You don't worry. You can also take it online. ICAI.org. Talk to me in private. I will tell you how to get it. I'm not able to concentrate on law during lockdown. What is the relationship of law and lockdown? Okay. I suggest you talk to Deepika madam very quickly. She's a great faculty on law, or even Karthik for that matter. I like Kiran sir's teaching. Why is sir not taking financial reporting classes for finals? I am starting next week with 2 important topics of financial reporting, which is business combinations and consolidated financial statements. Okay. Once I open the book, I will study, but out of minutes, I feel bored. So natural. It's natural. Your age is like that. So you have to control that boring. You say, this is my target for today. I have to finish these many pages. I'll finish it. Okay. And you're feeling bored, it means you're normal. Don't worry. How to prepare for exams, I already discussed this. How to finish a chapter for the first timer when they are given 6 months with them for intermediate. Why are you looking at it? Everybody is a first timer when they study, no? So don't classify yourself. I am not a second timer. Glad you're a first timer, so do it better. Just study, man. Don't look at all this. We are looking at the results more than our performance. Look at your performance. Look at your efforts. That is more important. Your mindset, your concentration should be only on the efforts and nothing else. No. How to manage BCom and CA studies? Well, it's very difficult to ride on 2 horses at the same time. But where there is a will, there is a way. And BCom, don't take BCom seriously. You can study the previous day and pass the exam the next day, don't worry. Okay. And articleship, well, that depends. I have no answer for that question right now. You talk to me individually, we'll plan something out. Does lack of sleep affect memory? See, I told you a little while ago that the brain is a supercomputer, but it depends on what you feed the brain. If you are sleepy, how much can you feed the brain? The effectiveness is less. So minimum 5 to 6 hours sleep is minimum. Only then your brain can function. So if you do the breathing technique regularly for about 10 to 20 minutes a day, and then start reading, you'll be fresh. When you're fresh, your brain will take better. How do I make a presentation for theory? Write what the examiner wants to know, not what you know. That's it. I think these are the questions that I got from the students. I have a few on the chat. So let me get back to the chat window. We're almost coming to the end of this session. We plan to finish by 7. We may take another 10 minutes more, no problem. We're not led by anything here. So don't worry. Okay. Arey, where is this meeting controls? Sorry, I'm a geek. I mean, not a geek. I don't know how to handle this. Okay. What are the questions you have on chat? I'll see the chat now. Why is the chat window not coming? Yeah, chat. Oh, I can't see the chat window. Okay, yeah. I am able to remember movie and serials, but not remember to study. Very good. Mr. Krishna, sorry, Krishna, not Mr. Krishna. Krishna, my voice was not clear. Now it's okay, no? Krishna, I'm able to remember movie names, songs so well, because that is spatial memory, structured memory. Whereas what I study for a CA course is not a structured memory. Therefore, I should make it structured. So when I prepare theory, for example, I should make designs there. I should make a mind map and make it into structure, because the more structured you get, it is easier to access. Like how you keep your clothes in the cupboard. This is for casual wear. This is formal wear. You keep the clothes arranged for the occasion. When you want to retrieve it, it becomes easier, no? So therefore, learn to do that. Okay. Give your brain a proper arrangement of thoughts, facts. That will be retrieved later. How to utilize the 1.5 days before the exam? Sleep, relax, cool, and look at your short notes. In your preparation, you should make a small book, okay, which is short notes before the examination. When you look at those mind maps, you know, which you have drawn, concept maps they call it, you'll be able to get back everything in your mind. So look at those last minute notes enough. Don't get tensed. Aram se, have faith. I have studied enough for this examination. It will come. See, in the examination hall, my problem is our students don't score because they push themselves too hard. Instead of focusing on the question, you'll focus on, will I pass? Or those questions are so difficult. In any question paper, 60% will be what you are confident about. 40% you might not know at all. You know, little. But it is up to you to make that little into significant. And how does it happen? When you control your mind, when you keep yourself as cool as possible. You have to be that lady cool or that Mr. Cool in the examination hall. For that, we have different sessions coming up. Any more questions, anybody? Please let me know. You have any questions? Why can't I see my screen, man? I'm actually seeing only my desktop. I'm not able to see the screen, so I do not know what I clicked, when I clicked, how I clicked. No. Deepika, are you here? I don't even know who's here and who's not here. Students, any more questions you have, please type. Oh, I don't know how to unmute you, Deepika. Wait. I'll find out. I messed up with my screen so bad. Hold on. Yeah, participants are here. Thank you for typing it out. Anybody else wants to say something, please type, okay? Where is Deepika on my members participant list? This is Dayanand, Deva, Anantu, Anjita, Dayanand, Diksha, Deepalakshmi, Deepika. Is that Deepika you? Okay, I hope so. Yes, Deepika, I think I have unmuted you.
Yes, you have unmuted me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions, sir?
Find out what, I don't know, I have no questions. Ask the students, do they have any questions?
Guys, if you have any more questions, you can leave it on the chat box.
Oh, finally, I saw my screen. Thank you. Was I visible when all this time?
Yes, you were.
Oh, thank God. No more questions?
Visible, absolutely audible. No,
Any more questions?
No more questions.
Okay, I'm going to unmute all of you. Please give me your general feedback. Did you like the session today? So one or two students can speak. Sandesh, you want to speak?
Really a good one.
Naima, you want to say something?
She's trying to.
Okay, anybody wants to say anything? Students, this is your chance to speak now. I unmuted you. Please speak. Anantu, was it clear? Anantu. No, he ran away. Okay, Satvik is saying there is disturbance in audio. Okay.
That's because you've unmuted everybody, no, sir? So
Naturally. So somebody wants to say something? We can close up. Do you like these sessions? Deepika will ask you that. Do you want more of these? What topics you want? Please suggest.
I can hear yes. I want these.
Okay, I think Evita wants to speak and Sohan wants to speak. I'm going to mute everybody for a moment and I'm going to unmute. Yeah, I've given the option of allowed to unmute yourself. So anybody who wants to speak, please unmute yourself and speak. You can unmute yourself. Deepika, you can unmute yourself, okay? Deepika, please unmute yourself. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I've unmuted you all. Chalo. I don't want to play with that. Okay, allow participants to unmute themselves. So I'll mute you once again. I got that key. I'm very poor in this. Okay. Now, Deepika, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I can.
Anybody else wants to say? Shrish wants to speak. Yes, Shrish, I am waiting for you.
Yeah, sir, it was very informative. And after a while, I've listened to you speaking. 1 second, sir. There's a
Okay, meanwhile, anybody else? Shrish will come back. Yeah, about 5-10 minutes. Say anything you want to say.
Hello.
Unmute yourself and speak. Evita wants to say something.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good evening. First of all, thank you so much for this session during this time when everybody's motivation is working like ECG. It's gone up and gone down, and
That's a nice
God
way of
knows,
putting it. Yeah.
God knows what's there going to happen, because we don't know whether we are going to even write our exams now.
Yeah.
The kind of scare it's happening right now. So my doubt is, it's like, see, today I hear something motivational. There is a motivation today. The motivation goes on a whole day. the next day the motivation goes down. And then we want to watch another motivation, then you go up. Then another day go down. So there is like an up and down. So how do we do something, or maybe her activity or something where we can keep ourselves motivated on a daily basis?
Nice question, Evita. I'm going to answer this. Okay. First, understand there are two motivators who always play with you. I'll make it three. Okay. The chief motivator is yourself. Only you can motivate yourself the best. The second motivator is somebody who's talking to you about motivational things like me today, Deepika tomorrow, whoever. So they motivate you for a while, but that disappears. What remains for a long time is your self-motivation. So that you have to identify and make it an exercise daily to keep motivating yourself. Maybe as soon as you get up or before you go to sleep, like you can talk to yourself before you sleep for 5 minutes. See, these are the good things I did today. These are things I could have avoided. You're doing fine, Evita. Let's do it together. We'll do it fine. You know, keep talking to Evita every day. Self-motivation is the biggest and the longest motivational span you'll get. The third motivator is God, Ma. I want you to keep praying. Very important. The power of prayer is super in any religion. The power of prayer is great. I suppose I answered your question. That's the best answer I can give for now.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And I'll make sure I'll apply this in my life.
Very good. Very good. Who else wants to ask questions? Sushant, thank you. Redmi, so much thank you. Thank you, Galaxy. Jyoti, thank you. Thank you, Satvik from Shimoga. Sharmare, thank you very much. I suppose, yeah, I think we are done. You could please contact us through our mail and Deepika will give the rest. Thank you, Deepika. Over to you, Deepika.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I remembered my CA student days when you were speaking throughout the session. I have faced every single problem that you had mentioned there, and I've also committed every single mistake that you had mentioned there. So thank you so much for the input. I'm sure a lot of students will want to make resolutions right now and start their studies finally. Guys, one more thing I wanted to say to you is that motivation is something that you will feel on a temporary basis. When you watch a video or when you hear somebody, you will feel motivated. But after that, what is going to drive you to do what you want is going to be discipline. So you really need to understand the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation will not last forever. Discipline will last. So now that you're a little motivated, make a plan immediately, resolve to study at least for some time, because the only way you can ace it is by starting it. Okay, so get off the hook that you're going to be on social media forever. It's a lockdown, but you're going to get better, and better days are coming. And an even better day is going to come next Thursday, where we are going to present another wonderful session to you. Stay tuned for the updates. And if you have any suggestions, guys, you can please leave us an Instagram direct message, or you can message Kiran sir or me or any of the KVC faculties. It will get communicated to us. Probably if there's a specific topic that you would like us to speak on. Otherwise, we have our sessions ready for you. And next Thursday, you will be presented another one, the details of which we will give it to you in the next 2 days.
No, can I mention the speakers?
Yeah, sure, sir.
The next speaker is DB Mehta. Okay, who is he? He's a chartered accountant. Okay, he's a cost accountant. He has passed his IAS, and he was a commissioner of customs before he quit the government department. Now he's a builder, he's an industrialist, he's a stock market player, a very interesting personality, and he's got some wonderful tips on how to study better. And he's going to speak to us on next Thursday. He's already agreed. DB Mehta, CA DB Mehta. Please look forward to this session also. I'm also looking forward to it. Thanks everybody. Let's see you all next week.
Thank you guys. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much, sir, for picking this up. Good night, everyone.
Good night.